guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys my filming setup and pretty much everything that I do to record like my plan with me videos or my budget with me videos. So first of all, you guys have seen these before. These are my studio lights. I think these are called Limo studio lights. So I have two of them. You can purchase just one if you would like, but I purchased two because I thought that would be a good idea. However, whenever there's really good lighting in here and my camera setting is, on like a decent brightness, I don't actually use these. I actually don't use these at all, really. If I do use them, I'm going to show you how I do that actually. So if I do want to use one, I will plug one of them up, and you see this is the one that's lit, obviously, and this one is not. And I'll keep it this far from my desk. Sometimes I will move it up to about there. But that's pretty much it. And sometimes I don't even use that. And that's the interesting thing, you guys, because sometimes you guys comment on like the brightness or like changing the settings for my lights, but I actually don't even use the lights. It's really the camera, which is tricky because it looks good when I'm filming, and any content creator can tell you guys whenever we're filming these videos, it looks way better than when we actually like upload it, and edit it and everything. So here are my studio lights. And I'm in a room that's kind of like my makeup / craft room, and I'll link it down below. I did a tour of this room probably like December or something like that. So these are my lights. And this is my new tripod. So I used to have a 50-inch Targus tripod, which I'll link down below, but it pretty much just fell apart literally after a while. So I recently upgraded to this. This is what I think is called a Zomi, but I can't be sure, but I'll show you how it's spelled and I'll link it down below. And the reason why I purchased this is because it's really sturdy, it's really high tech, and it also has that extended bar. So people call those different things. Like if you try to find a tripod like this on Amazon, you might type in extension, extended bar, tripod with bar, something like that. So I'm not really sure what the real term is, but the reason why I purchased that is because, well, I'll show you why I purchased it when I sit down to demonstrate how I do a plan with me and why I felt that worked the best. Now, this is the cheapest that I could find of its kind. I found about 5 different tripods like this on Amazon. This one was $125. By the way, these were about $60. The tripod was about $125. Now, they have other ones that are like $180, $200, $250 and up. But I found that this one, after extensive research, I found that this one was a pretty good one. And it seemed to be online, and it actually is. So I am going to recommend this, especially for its price in comparison to the others. So I'm going to show you why this is beneficial. But you can flip this back, the bar, and have it straight up. And you can, there's what it's called. And then it does have this little cushion stuff, which is cool whenever I have it the right way. And both of those cushions are like leaning against the desk. And then you can adjust them there, adjust it there, and those are the 3 ways that you can adjust. It's pretty fancy and high tech and all of that, so I don't really mess with it. I kind of just leave it there. But this is my desk. It is the Alex drawers and Lindman tabletop from IKEA. So the Alex drawer was probably like $60. You'll see it on the other side. And the tabletop was like $30. And then I bought these 2 legs for like $5. So this is my desk. So this is pretty much how it looks at all times. I have my mini happy planner, which is my main planner, chilling here. Then I have my phone usually. And then I have a candle burning when I'm doing a plan with me or budget with me or whatever the case is. So let me just show you how this benefits me. So sometimes you'll see people doing videos like this or plan with me videos, and you'll see their head in the video, and that's typically because they have it situated like behind them, which if my desk wasn't like this, I could totally do that if I like turn my desk around. I could have that like over top of me, but I love it like this, and I'll show you why right now. So here's my, what is this? A MacBook Pro. That's what I use for different reasons. So when I'm sitting down to film, this is the camera that I have, and this is like the view that you see. So I have a Panasonic G7, and I opted for this because it had a swivel screen. So I would just turn this around and take it, like bring it back towards me. And then I turn on the camera, and then that's the view. So that's what you see. So in front of me, I have a planner that I'm going to put. It's probably at this point, let's actually, I guess it's about like 10 inches away from me. I'm using a ruler at this point. And that's pretty much about as far as I can get it away from me without things not working out that well. So as you can see, it's really not in frame currently. But if I scoot it up, it'll be in frame. But it's like way far away from me. At this point, it's like 16 inches away from me. So what I do, and why I like this tripod, is I kind of just lift this up. Let me get up so I can show you. I kind of just, you see how it's, I don't know what angle this is, maybe a 90-degree angle, y'all. I'm not good at math, so don't get me lying. But I kind of just raise it up a little bit to about that angle. And I could do this sitting down, but I can't do it with one hand. And so now I haven't moved the planner, but as you can see, it is kind of better in frame. It's not completely in frame. It's still about probably 10 inches away from me, which isn't bad. But when I lean up like this, I'm leaning up, and then I just scoot that up, I'm like perfectly in frame. So then I can change my setting. I normally film with this movie setting. Again, this is a Panasonic G7. So I normally film with this setting, this one here. And at this point, I'm leaning up, so this is kind of perfect because I'm like, it's perfect. It's perfect. So what I can do is I can zoom out, which is good too, but it's not going to be great whenever I like go to edit the videos or even upload the videos. You guys aren't going to see it that well. So I just zoom in a little bit, obviously, about there, and then I just scoot the planner up a little bit. And at this point, I'm basically like perfectly in frame. And this works better with the classic size planners because they're bigger, so they're actually closer to me. But at this point, it's not that far away from me, as you can see. So this is why I choose to film this way. Again, the swivel screen is life because I can see and make sure I'm in frame. Sometimes I neglect to look to double check that I'm in frame. I'm sure you guys have noticed that. But for the most part, I can always see if I'm in frame. I'm just sometimes busy like planning or writing that I don't really worry about it. And I can just zoom in and out like this. So that's why I prefer to film this way rather than having it behind me, because I probably wouldn't be able to see it, nor would I be able to zoom in and out so easily like this. So this is my preferred way. And it's pretty much like directly over it. If I brought it back down, which is what I do whenever I snap my pictures, because I'll snap my pictures from this angle too, and I scoot it up, the planner's far away from me, but as you can see, it is literally perfectly situated over the planner. It's in like the perfect view at this point, perfect frame. But the planner is too far away from me at this point. So that's why I have to lift this up. So again, I use a Panasonic G7. It shoots in 4K just like this iPhone that I'm on. So that's not anything fancy, but it was relatively inexpensive. It has a swivel screen. I don't know what else it has going for it, but that's that. I also have a microphone that I'll link down below. It is, I think, a Comica. And I can sometimes, which is why I'm loud sometimes. Well, I'm going to be loud on this video because I talk loud naturally and the phone is like literally right in front of my face. But if I seem loud sometimes, that's because probably I've attached my camera. Because for some reason, I feel like this camera is far away from me, but it's really not that far away from me. And I probably never need to use the microphone. But sometimes I'll attach the microphone here and film this way. But mainly I don't use that. And I couldn't use my microphone on my old tripod because it was literally too weak, but I can attach it whenever I'm using this tripod. But I just upgraded to this tripod probably, I don't know, like not even a month ago, I don't think. But I'm loving it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is so easy to do. And also, I also from this angle will take my pictures. So I'll just change the settings to whichever one that looks good. That one's not good. Maybe like that one. And then I'll just snap my picture from here. So like I do everything from this angle. It's literally like amazing. And at this point I have all of the equipment that I need. I kind of want a new lens. But it's like $130, so I haven't like I haven't talked myself into purchasing that. It took me like a month to talk myself into purchasing the tripod, but I haven't talked myself into that lens quite yet. But I do want that lens because it's wider and it zooms a little better than this. So that's why some of my videos aren't that great of quality, because the lens isn't that great. It's kind of like the standard one, and it's really not that great. Of course, obviously they want you to purchase the good one separately. So I'm still working on that. I may, eventually upgrade at whatever point, but not too sure about that. But another thing that I want to mention with this camera, in case anyone's interested in purchasing a Panasonic G7, or not even this camera, really, probably any camera, all of the settings look really good from here. Like it looks really good from here, but I learned, or I noticed whenever I go to edit and upload the video, or whenever I go to edit videos, it doesn't look as crisp, and like the wording doesn't even look as bold and really just as nice as it looks right now. So right now this looks like perfectly fine, but whenever I edit it, it's kind of like blurry. It seems to be like not focused that well. It's kind of weird, but from here, it looks perfectly fine. Like, seriously. Not that, because I have to adjust the brightness and everything there. But, yeah, from here, it looks really good. So, I'm trying to figure that part out. I love filming on this setting, but I think maybe that's the setting that causes it to be a little bit blurry. I don't know. Because even when I just focused it, it looks like great right now. But whenever I go to edit the videos, it doesn't always look that way. Another thing about this camera, it does have autofocus and manual focus, so I can just, I think that's manual, and then I just click it back for autofocus. But everything's pretty accessible here, and then I can like delete things if I need to from here, or whatever the case is. So that's kind of why I love this camera. And it does come with a shoulder strap, but it fits perfectly behind. Like it fits there perfectly. Like it doesn't hang down. It literally fits here perfectly. So I'll just put this here whenever I'm taking pictures and everything. But this is pretty much my setup. Again, studio lights, about $60. I would probably recommend one, unless you just don't have any lighting whatsoever. If you're like in a basement with no windows, you might need more than one light. But I would probably recommend one. Amazon, about $60. Tripod, Amazon. I definitely recommend filming this way if you can. And honestly, if you have a smaller desk, this is probably going to fit perfectly over top of it, and you won't have the slight problem that I have, which isn't really a problem. I just wish it came like further over, but that's because my desk is so big, so that's kind of the price that I pay. So yeah, Amazon Zomi tripod, $125. Panasonic G7, you can get this at Amazon or Best Buy. I got it off of Facebook I bought it from somebody for like $400, which was half the price. So that's kind of what led me to that. Otherwise, I probably would have purchased a Canon T7i, a Canon T6i, or something like that. And then the desk and all of its components are from IKEA. So I am going to link the, I guess what was that video? I guess like this room tour, a new craft space tour or craft room tour. I'll link that down in the description box, as well as all of these things. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.